Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for coming. And we're just going to have this special time as we do, connecting with our beloved I Am Presence and just so many blessings that we have on our earthly journeys. Let's take some slow, deep breaths to get into that peaceful, receptive state. So we breathe in slowly and deeply. We hold our breath. We breathe out. Then we hold our breath. Let's do that for a few more breaths. Now let's listen for our heartbeat. Our heartbeat, which is a pulse of light coming down through the silver cord from our mighty I Am Presence, anchoring in our heart, giving us life. Let's just see and feel and bless that heartbeat. That heartbeat that anchors into that beautiful threefold flame, which is the anchorage of our mighty I Am Presence within our physical bodies. Let's just connect with that beautiful flame as we sit in that expanded golden flame in the center, golden yellow flame of wisdom and illumination, perception and discrimination. We see our bodies in this beautiful, dazzling golden flame. To the right, we can see the pink flame, that glorious, dazzling pink flame of pure divine love. And then we see to the left of us that beautiful, expanded flame, that sapphire blue, bringing into us the feeling of the will, the power, the faith, and the protection from our mighty I Am Presence. See and feel and bless this glorious light. Let's take our awareness now up through the top of our head, through the silver cord, to our mighty beloved I Am Presence. Let's see this glorious, all-powerful, all-knowing, all-loving presence smiling down on us. Our wonderful presence of God, I Am. And now we see in the center of our chest a beautiful golden sun forming, dazzling and brilliant like the noonday sun. The beautiful focus of light from our I Am Presence. Open our hearts and send love and gratitude to our mighty I Am Presence for beating our heart and giving us life. And now we see those rays from our beautiful sun in the center of our chest, dazzling and brilliant, billions and billions of rays, going forth and connecting up with each and every miniature sun in all the cells of our bodies, our four earthly bodies, all those little inner wakas receiving this expanded light. Let's feel the joy, the happiness, and the gratitude of each and every little inner waka of our four earthly bodies. Sense and see and feel that wonderful light saturating our earthly bodies. And now let's just fill our feelings with a feeling of love and gratitude. And let's call to the beloved Ascended Masters, the beloved Ascended Master David Lloyd, the great God of gratitude, to fill us, each one and all mankind, with this feeling, that light substance, from the ascended master realm of gratitude and love. We see our beautiful suns turning a deep shade of pink with a golden radiance. Gratitude and love for all our many, many blessings. Gratitude and love to the great ascended hosts for these marvelous teachings. Gratitude and love for all our loved ones and our friends. Gratitude and love for our homes and our supply. Gratitude and love for all the many, many blessings that we receive daily on our earthly journeys. Gratitude to the great and beloved elemental kingdom, animate and so-called inanimate, the beauty and bounty of nature. God bless, love and thank them, each and every precious one. Gratitude to the beloved angels, and gratitude to all life on our beloved earth. And now we see these rays in this wonderful expanded state, forming a lattice of light, dazzling and brilliant. We see our entire earth folded in this glorious pink and golden light, saturating every part of life on our beloved earth, especially those parts of life that are never loved or thanked, with this wonderful gift, our opportunity of sending love, light, and gratitude to all life. And we just give deep, deep thanks for this. Donna, beloved Donna, have you got a screen there? Can you read the opening invocation for us?
Yes, thank you. Beloved presence of God, I am. It is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Kuthumi, I ask for your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I am presence, take me within thyself. There instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you.
Thank you, beloved Donna. And now, John read for us this week, as always, just wonderful words from Saint Germain. And I just think we can never hear them enough, but there's always just so much to learn. And then we're going to listen to a reading from the Great Divine Director, also read by John, and I put it into a video because I just thought it was such important words. This was actually many months ago, so I can't remember whether we shared it here or not. But there's nothing outside of you that has more power than the light within you. And as we know, that is just such a sort of key feeling for all of us. And then we're going to carry on with Beloved Pallas Athena, read by Terry. So just so beautifully read. And just as always, just wonderful information. And I'm going to read from Beloved Kamakura from the Fiji Islands. So that's from Friendship with the Gods. And then John will take us through our decrees, our wonderful opportunity we have to call for the light. So we're going to listen to Saint Germain's words.
I Am Discourses, Volume 3, Discourse 12. Keep calm and serene, knowing God is the only intelligence and power acting in your world and affairs. I am in you is the self-sustaining strength and healing, manifesting in your mind and body. This keeps you in greater attunement. Face God, and the energy always surges forth to command every situation. Individuals who understand this law are not subject to injustice and the conditions which the outer selves of other beings try to impose upon them. Keep the outer reminded of this often. Be sure always within yourselves that there is only the presence and power of God acting in you and your affairs. Keep using the statement at all times that there is nothing hidden that is not revealed to me. This is always necessary. However, no matter what individuals want to do, your safeguard is always to pour out the love of God to them. When individuals try to enjoy something through injustice, without question, they never enjoy it, for they always lose some faculty by which they could enjoy it. Other personalities always have the same privilege to stand with God that you do, and if they do not choose, that is not your business. God is the all-knowing presence and power, knows and discovers all things. You may say for another, Mighty Master Self, the I Am presence within this individual, come forth in thy conscious power, with thy mighty insight and foresight, with thy wisdom and directing intelligence, and see that all things are adjusted for her, and that she is given the peace and the rest she so much deserves. I am the commanding presence, directing and commanding this to be done, and it is done now. Lift the consciousness into the full dazzling light, where she may see and know the repose, rest, and beauty that is hers by her own creation and service. It is a mistake to let sympathy draw you into conditions that are very destructive. Take the stand. I am the only presence acting there. For helping those who have passed on through so-called death, I am the presence, holding that individual in the sphere where he belongs, teaching and enlightening him. If the student can get the correct idea of pouring out the love to his own divine self, he will receive complete relief from every discord. To perfect conditions say, I am the presence there, governing and healing the situation. Mankind in general and the doctors have distorted things pitifully. The individual who wants to rise into the God presence and live there needs the energy he or she wastes. The very energy individuals waste is the force and strength by which they are enabled to hold fast to the God presence. This energy is the life they need to enable them to turn and hold steadfast to the God presence. When the outer self has for centuries used life's energy to create wrong conditions, that waste of the energy becomes a wide open drain upon the consciousness of individuals. Doctors are responsible for much of this terrible condition, for they teach the gratification of the sex appetite, and that is the greatest avenue of waste with which human beings have to contend. This is what makes it impossible to hold fast to the God presence long enough to attain the mastery. It is 95% of the cause of old age and the loss of sight, hearing, and memory. As these faculties only cease to function when there is no longer a stream of this life energy flowing into the cellular structure of the brain. You cannot tell this to individuals until they have had such hard knocks that they are almost desperate with the misery of their own creation before they will listen to you. The will is absolutely nothing without this life energy. There is only one possible way to change anything which has been created and directed into a wrong channel. The attention is what holds it fast to the wrong use or expression of it. Instantly direct the thought to the higher self. Many people get the idea that they can control it by sheer force of will, through compulsion. This cannot be done, for you but dam it up, and it only breaks out somewhere else. The only permanent way to overcome it is to change the attention and rise out of it. Use the statement, I am the governing presence of this energy, and the only power that can raise it. I am the presence, raising and transcending it, and that action is forever self-sustained. No, I am the presence doing this, and therefore it is done now, for God's activity is always instantaneous.
Thank you. So well read. Thank you, beloved John. And just such important information for all of us. And now we're going to listen to this video, also from information from the Great Divine Director.
The Great Divine Director. I Am Discourses, Volume 8, Discourse 22. We have become free through our conscious application of the great law of life. Your beloved Saint Germain has brought forth the exact law of life, its perfect application, the complete understanding of its application. You may apply it if you will. The individual who will earnestly apply it will have all the proof anyone desires that this law, the explanation and the application which he has brought forth, is true. Unless one uses the law through his own application, how can anyone know its power? For instance, you may listen to a truth, but if you do not believe it, how can you be blessed by it? In all the simplicity of life and its majestic power, you must understand that life acts through its energy, its power, its light. To understand and have the use of it, you must have some definite application. In your mathematical work in school, you have a way and means by which you work out and solve the problems. Life has always provided the exact means, and when I say exact, I mean just that, by which mankind may solve its own problems. What you call problems, after all, are just opportunities in life, by which individuals strengthen their spiritual powers, their spiritual muscles, as it were, and release into their world of action the power of life in greater intensity. Beloved people of America and the world, mankind has arrived at last at the understanding, for those who care to study, where the people are no longer slaves of circumstances. Remember, beloved people, the conditions which exist today are here because individuals have succumbed to the idea that some outside conditions had power to limit or subject them. In order to have the fullness of what you require, you must overcome such an idea. You must remove the feeling in you that something outside of you has more power than the light which is within you. With great firmness stand by the power of your life, to which you have not heretofore given very much consideration. You have accepted it constantly in the small part of which it has been flowing forth into your world of action, because unless you know the source of a thing, unless you know the power which is there, how can you have its use? If you have a piece of machinery in the mechanical world, and it has many levers, setting certain parts of that machinery into operation, if you pull the wrong lever, you will get a wrong result. But if you understand your levers and pull the right ones, you will have the exact result you expect. It is identically the same way in applying the great laws of life. Once you understand, you have the authority to act in the human octave in your human form, to call forth the power of life, to produce harmony and perfection in you and your world. Then you are complying with the law of life and its requirement. As you go on, continuing to call it forth, clearer and clearer will come the understanding from within you of what this application means in the requirement of your life. Then, as you understand more and more, the power released is greater, your confidence is strengthened, and you say, "Well, I accomplished that." Then you go on and on from one achievement to another. Beloved people and beloved I Am students, you have nothing in the future to fear, not one thing. In this understanding of the law of life, you become master and controller of the energy which flows forth at your command.
There it is. It's always like that, isn't it? Just developing that faith in the light, faith in the I Am Presence more and more as we go, and then the magic happens. And now we've got Terry reading for us from Beloved Pallas Athena.
Every man, woman, and child created of himself and in himself a concept which became his God, one that was comfortable to live with, one that carried vicarious atonements, one upon which he could place the results of sins of omission and commission, and thus in a state of self-hypnosis the race continued to move about, and I, the Spirit of Truth, was compelled to withdraw. However, there have always been the few who chose to walk alone up the mount of attainment and endeavored to pierce through the clouds of their own concepts, to wipe the mists from their sight, loosen the wax of heedlessness from their ears, and endeavor to understand and know truth. Lord Buddha for 7 years raised his consciousness hourly, daily, first through the veils and shrouds of his own thoughts and feelings, a painful process in itself, and then through the one-pointedness of his concentrated love, up, 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 upward, through strata after strata after strata of human creations. As his consciousness was lifted from the lower and heavier atmosphere, which was filled with the effluvia of man's thinking, he came into a strata of more light wherein abode purer spirits, and many a lesser searcher after truth has been content to stop and abide there, feeling it was his goal. Such ones returning spoke of the heavens with the streets of gold and the cherubim and the angels and the heavenly choirs, and for them it was the ultimate, and they spoke truth. But for him, he said, it is not enough. In that individual silent pilgrimage, living in the heart of the forest, protected by the invisible presence of God himself, he raised his consciousness higher and came into the realms of the temples and the beings who had earned the right to live in the higher mental bodies at night. But that was not enough. Many have returned from that realm and have become messengers of the word, and they have spoken truth, and many have been their followers, and they have said, "Lo, this is truth, this is the ultimate." And for them it was good, because it was all the consciousness could absorb at a given time. For him, he went onward and upward until he came to the divine realm where ideas and thoughts of God himself were pulsating in the ethers. Here, too, some few strong sons and daughters of men have stood and witnessed the perfection of the realm of ideation, and have returned filled with enthusiasm and fire, and have said, "I have found truth." And there were among the men and women of earth those who responded and rejoiced with them. But the beloved Buddha said, "No, it is not the ultimate." And finally he came to the heart of love, the great presence of the Father, Mother God, and placing his head upon the bosom of the Father, Mother, he knew that love was all. And when he returned, he did not speak. No longer was it required to say, "I have found it," for he had become that love. Do you see, my blessed ones? Oh, the arguments, the fighting, the physical force and the actual murder that has been committed in the defense of truth. The fiery patriots of Muhammad, the great crusaders, and in the present day the zealots of every religion crying aloud, "I have found truth." I come to you now and I say to you, will you not be truth for my sake? 300 years after the beloved Jesus finished his ministry, in a certain great city in Asia Minor, almost the entire feminine population gathered and engaged in a physical fight, throwing cabbages and other vegetables at each other in an argument over who was the third person of the Holy Trinity. Today, perhaps, it is more subtle, but it is no less ridiculous. Beloved ones, when you feast with all the power and attention of your feelings on the defects appearing within the life streams you encounter, you are not then embodying the consciousness of truth. It is not truth. Please feel that with all your heart and soul and spirit when you see any manifestation of ill health, imperfection, distress, and the countless number of limitations to which the human mind is heir. Your business is to see and be perfection. All of the law, dear friends, is imbalance. There is no purpose in being like some of the blessed ascetics of the early ages who rushed from the initiations of worldly living into the cloisters to escape observing the idiosyncrasies of the rest of mankind. Mastery lies within reach of the individual who can observe imperfection and not allow rebellion, hate, resentment, and depression to churn within the feeling world, but who can, within the heart of the sacred fire of which you are the guardians, call and firmly and powerfully assert, "It is not true." Call for the manifestation of truth within that life stream.
There we have it, just pearls of wisdom. Be the truth. Yeah, it's just marvelous. All right, so this is from actually given to Mark Prophet, and beloved Jeanette sent some of this through, and so I took just a portion of it, and it's so Path of the Universal Christ and the teachings of the risen Christ from beloved Mother Mary, and I just thought it was really lovely to listen to this. So she said, "I come to you this day to inspire you to search the meaning of all things that pertain to the fullness of your own Christ identity with its transcendent possibilities. Realize then that the Father who gave you life and birth could not have done so without imparting unto you the seed containing all that which you shall ultimately be as you discover your divine selfhood, which was created and is sustained in his image and likeness, the fullness of your divine potential, then is already a part of your true being. You have but to claim it, to commune with it, to adore it, to be one with the presence of the Lord of hosts. Strive daily then to be the children of the one God, followers of the high calling as Christs and sons of the Most High. Little by little, as the sand falls in the hourglass, so the knowledge of divine union will descend into your lower self and enable you to have that reunion which you so desire with the great wisdom of your higher mind. Nothing is impossible to him who believes in the promise and fulfillment of the Christ for every man. For indeed, the Christ did give himself for the sins of mankind, not that mankind throughout all ages should be exonerated for wrongdoing because he died, no, but because he lived, they too can find the glory of the resurrection and know the fullness of their own Christ self. Jesus did not place himself on the cross to atone for your sins, precious ones. Only you can do that. But the Christ offered himself that you might realize that you too can be an overcomer of all things through your own Christ self. The footsteps of the cross are not sorrowful, beloved ones. Precious ones. They are the footsteps of the overcomer. They are the steps of an initiation that each one must pass. But because my Son manifested them for you, the pathway is made easier for your life stream. The Christ would not deprive any one of God's children from the great joys upon the path of overcoming. God would not confine salvation to one Son when all must find the fullness of his I am presence here on earth in order to rise into the heavenly bliss that comes from the fulfillment and from self-mastery. So that's just more encouragement, always connecting to our beloved I am presence and our Holy Christ self. All right, so now we have this opportunity where we call for all the ones that have left their physical bodies and are still caught in those psychic and astral realms, and also to assist Saint Germain in his violet flame temples. So we say together, beloved presence of God, I am in me, and beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my heart, and beloved Saint Germain. While my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream be used to render whatever service is needed in the violet flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet fire, of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be taken immediately into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so they carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We decree it, and so be it. Beloved I am, and we accept this done here and now with full cosmic power, and we thank you. We thank you. We often, in the bridge material, we're encouraged by Archangel Michael to make these calls for these ones that are caught there. All right, so now we're going to listen to, this is an interesting one. It's also from A Kinder World, about how farming animals, what actually, the effect it has on the planet. It's such a beautifully made video that I thought that was really good, and really good, I think, for us all to learn what actually happens. So now we're going to make our decree for our beloved animal, insect, and reptile kingdoms. And we say together, beloved I am presence and that of all mankind, charge your mighty light of mercy and compassion to flow through us all and bring comfort and freedom to the animal, insect, and reptile kingdoms. May each human being remember and accept their responsibility as guardians and protectors of this planet's pure and innocent life until all is set free and their divine plans fulfilled. We so decree it, and so be it. In God's most holy name, I am. We accept it done, and we thank you. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to read from Kamakura, and he's hierarch of the etheric temple of transmutation and God illumination over Mount Fujiyama in Japan. I think it was Fujiyama. And so it's a combination of the violet flame and the illumination flame. They obviously hold a mighty focus there. Anyway, he says, dear blessed hearts of life, you are to be commended for your use of the violet fire, and the momentum which you have builded is a source of deep gratitude to the spiritual hierarchy. As you know, our retreat at Fujiyama is the principal focus of the violet fire for the earth at this crucial hour in the earth's evolution. And with our gathered momentum of the flame of God illumination, the brotherhood belonging to this specific retreat are grateful to send the transmuting fire forth, accompanied by the glorious flame of God illumination. I believe the following will be not only gratifying to you, but illuminating also. So let us now turn our attention to the beautiful orb, the moon. I have received permission after counseling with beloved Gautama and beloved Saint Germain to give you the succeeding pertinent facts. A considerable number of years ago, Saint Germain advised the Chilas to wait the time when the truth about this satellite could be released. It is now felt that the Chilas have sufficiently purified themselves to receive this information in lieu of some of the activities which have taken place since the landing of man on the moon. In the western part of the United States, in the state of Idaho, there is a national monument which is called the Craters of the Moon, and the designation moon has attracted many tourists and scientists to the site. The early settlers decided to call this location the Craters of the Moon for the reason that its terrain resembled that which they had been able to perceive through telescopic surveillance of the moon. These individuals actually received this information by tuning into the etheric records which has been made in this location. One has but to look upon the glorious body of Lunara, the spirit of the moon, on a clear night to witness the magnificent light which flows from her body. Who is responsible for this emanation of light from an orb, which to the outer consciousness seems at present to be devoid of habitation? Eons ago, there was a glorious civilization on the moon, and like the inhabitants of the earth in the early golden ages, some of the priests and priestesses felt they could use the God power within them for their own selfish purposes, and like the earth, cataclysmic action took place. At that time, under the instruction and guidance of beloved Alpha and Omega, the godparents of the system, and beloved Vesta and the beloved Lunara, the constructive life streams on the moon were transported into the center of the moon, and many have embodied there again and again, and shall remain until the surface of the moon will again become pure enough for habitation. There is a civilization of constructive life streams presently dwelling within the moon, just as there is a civilization within the center of the earth, watched over and under the protection of the mighty Pelia. And we'll read a little bit more about that next week. But yeah, so it's interesting that there is a civilization in the beloved moon. That's lovely. Okay, this is a flash mob that was actually not so long ago. I think it was about 3 months ago in Paris. But I thought it was just lovely. I hope you enjoy it.
Love this.
Thank you.
Do you know a song about peace?
Yeah, this one?
Exactly this one I was thinking about. Thank you.
Oh, you want to sing?
I want to sing.
Of course.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as a one.
There are people dying. Oh, and it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all.
We can go on pretending day by day that somewhere someone will soon make a change.
We are a part of God's great big family, and the truth, you know, love is all we need.
We are the world. We are the world. We are the children. We are the children. We are the ones to make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
Oh, there's a choice making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
There's a place in your heart, and I know that it is love. And this place could be much brighter than tomorrow. And if you really try, you find there's no need to cry. And this place, you feel there's no hurt or sorrow. Now, we're together, if you care enough for the living, make a little space, make a better place. You're the world, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying, if you care
a better place for you and for me. Yeah. People dying for the living. Make a better place for you and for me.
Heal the world we live in. Save it for our children.
There we have it. I love the flash mobs because I was thinking they must have seen that so much energy of joy and, it catches people unaware. And I think it just brings so much happiness and joy. And now John will take over. Thank you so much, beloved John. Thank you.
Good evening, all. And thank you, beloved Anthea. I know I say it every week, but you truly do find the most inspiring and appropriate messages and teachings for us. Thank you. Now, beloved mighty I am presence, we call to you to take command of us all and produce your mighty perfection through our decrees. Beloved Ascended Masters, we give you full permission on behalf of ourselves and of all mankind to do whatever is necessary to fulfill the divine plan in this lower realm, and we call for you to charge your mighty power and give whatever energy may be lacking from our side into all our decrees, so they can manifest here and now, all according to thy will. We call to you, beloved Archangel Michael, to send cosmic rays and mighty angels of protection to protect all who have joy in the Zoom class, and for all the energy released to be purified and used only to serve the pure divine cosmic light. Beloved mighty I am presence, eternal source of the Christ within, we call upon Ascended Master Jesus, the Mahachohan, and the Cosmic Christ to pour forth the light of Christ consciousness upon us all. And so be it. Beloved I am, we thank you. We say together, Mighty I am presence, great host of Ascended Masters, Archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely, and illumine the source, so this may never act again, and raise up to positions of power the divinely chosen leaders. Replace all with Ascended Master Consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. Beloved mighty I am presence, beloved Archangel Michael, and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me, charged with your invincible protection, all-powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. I am grateful we are given whatever added protection is needed. What we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. We just visualize our tube of light from our I am presence, coming down from above, anchoring 3 feet beneath us, blazing up through and around us, 9 feet in diameter, 3 feet each side of us, with that thick wall at the edge, stronger than any steel. Feel and see that brilliant blue and crystal light, that light that instantly deflects anything that is not of the light. Build your wall of light. see Archangel Michael's armor of light around us, forming that impenetrable pillar of protection around ourselves, this group, our families, friends, and around every constructive person across the face of the earth. Every beloved one standing up for truth, justice, and freedom. May God bless, direct, perfect, and protect each and every one. Thank you. I am the law of forgiveness for myself and all mankind, for all mistakes, misqualified energy, human consciousness, and for straying from the light. Beloved mighty and present, through your blessed love, power, and authority, we call to beloved Lady Master Kuan Yin, and we ask you that you fill us with your ascended master feelings of mercy and forgiveness for ourselves and for all mankind. That we feel deeply in our hearts that sincere desire to be forgiven and to forgive any and all misuse of life, all the wrong human consciousness, misqualified energies of any kind, any wrong desires and feelings in our beings and world, and every mistake for which our outer selves are responsible. And just feel that great gratitude for this blessing to all mankind, for truly this great gift of the law of forgiveness is such a wonderful blessing to all mankind. Beloved mighty I am presence, and that of all mankind, forgive, forgive, forgive each and every one of us. Thank you. We call to the great central sun to charge your secret power into these decrees. We call for beloved Saint Germain to anchor a cosmic concentration of violet fire in America, Europe, Africa, China, India, the Far East, Middle East, Russia, wherever else it is needed in our beloved world, here and now. And we thank you. We say our violet fire decree together. Mighty Presence, beloved Saint Germain, and those ministering to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire and cause a mighty victory for all the world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels descend with your purple wands of fire and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all, cause, core, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness, the divine plan fulfilled, and light from the secret love star. We thank you. decree for the elementals. I am the light of God that never fails, purifying, loving, thanking, and blessing the great directors of the elemental kingdom and every beloved earth, water, air, and fire elemental for your ceaseless service to me and to all mankind. I am the mighty cosmic light awakening all mankind to the great intelligence of this kingdom, and remove from elemental life today the necessity for longer obeying the destructive impulses of mankind. And so be it. Beloved I am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I am presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree, I am the presence charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. Our decree for the purification of our beloved earth. In the name of my mighty I am presence, and by the power of the great host of ascended beings, we demand a cosmic living sword of blazing flame, continually strike into all human miscreations back to the very beginning, causing all negative energies and entities in the psychic and astral realms and in the consciousness of all mankind to cease to exist forever. Cause, core, effect, record, and memory, freeing all human and elemental life from that which was never meant to be, and ensuring the psychic and astral realm is no more. Replace it all with the immaculate concept for all life, ascended master consciousness, and light substance from the secret love star. Let thy will be done, and so be it, and so it is. Beloved I am, we thank you. Our decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice, blazing throughout the world right now and forever. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury. Knowing that I am all-powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done everywhere, here and now. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, right now and forever. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. Now, before we say our final decree, by the love and power of our beloved mighty I am presence, we call to you, beloved mighty victory. We ask that you fill us with your full feeling of victorious accomplishment, that cosmic feeling of ascended master victory. We say together, I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere, right now and forever. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and trebled each instant of each hour by the power of the 3 times 3, until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And as we end now, we focus on that beloved love star, radiating within our auras, placed there by beloved Sanat Kumara, as a gift to all mankind, assisting us in holding that frequency of unconditional divine love, a true cosmic blessing. We love and thank you, beloved mighty love star. We ask that you expand your mighty supreme light through our 4 lower bodies, and to saturate all whom we pass by on our earthly journeys with that unconditional love. And to that mighty secret love star shining from the heavens for this 2,000-year period, we bless and thank you and all the mighty cosmic beings from the great central sun, holding this focus. Expand your supreme light through our individual love stars and around all life evolving on our sweet earth. We thank you deeply for this. Thank you, everybody, and blessings to all.
Thank you, beloved John. Just marvelous. And now we're going to have the closing invocation. And I just think you might like to do that. Never quite sure who's got a... Sergio, can you read it for us?
Yeah, thank you very much, beloved Anthea. I'd be honored. Thank you kindly. Hello, everyone. Before ending the session, let us all say, with our mics muted, Beloved I Am Presence and beloved Master Kutumi, nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world and the world of all my fellow men. Beloved Presence of God I Am, pour the light of thy great glory upon my consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the Masters. We thank you.
Thank you, beloved Sergio. And then just a moment of just deep gratitude for really these marvelous teachings as we learn about our beloved I Am Presence and all the use of light, and just for our beautiful beloved earth and our opportunity to serve the light. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming. Let me just turn off this recording.